I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Good evening and welcome to Senior Assembly. It is a pleasure to be up here to present the honors and awards earned by this outstanding group of students. As you will soon see, this is a very high-achieving class academically. This class was the first class at Caldwell High School to receive the Standard of Excellence in 11th grade math on the state assessment. Over 80% of these students received academic letters earlier this evening, and we will be recognizing them again, and nearly 90% of them are on the honor roll. I've enjoyed most of the past 6 years with these students, maybe except for the time that Jeff Newlick flooded the locker room standing on the pipes, and I have to believe Jeff when he told me that he wasn't the only one, he just doesn't have the best of luck. When the pipe broke, there was Jeff. I know many things have changed in these students' lives, both at home and at school over the past 6 years. They are a resilient bunch of kids. They have adapted to the obstacles and challenges, and they are ready to move on with a new chapter in their lives. I'm proud of each and every one of these students in this class. I've had the opportunity to observe them in junior high and high school, both in and out of the classroom. I've even spent some quality individual time with a few of them in the office, but we've made it through, and hopefully if we stay on script, we won't have an early ending to this evening. I have confidence in them that if they make good decisions in their lives, good things ahead lie for each and every one of them. Thank you, class of 2008, for 6 enjoyable years, and let us now get started with recognizing this class for your academic achievements, and then towards the end of the awards and scholarships, they will be putting on a program. At the previous awards banquet, the following students earned academic letters with GPAs of 3.5 and above this year. I would like them to stand and be recognized. Haley Brewy, Skylar Wenzel, Leah Karstens, Laura Cook, Ashley Albright, Vicki Schmidt, Nathan Shelton, Lindsay Arnold, Abby Bannister, Megan McCabe, Logan Blanc, April Kaler, Devin Whaley, Amy Thurman, Kyle Allen, and Cale Schmidt. All 16 of them out of 20 received academic letters this year. Congratulations. The 2 students in this class that both had 4.4 grade point averages and were the top 10% this year were Haley Brewy and Skylar Wenzel, and they've already been recognized, but please stand again. These 2 are your top 10%. Each year, the faculty votes on a couple of awards, one of these being the Dale Dennis Excellence in Education Award. This award is named after Deputy Commissioner of Kansas State Department of Education, Dale Dennis. He has stepped in numerous times when the state did not have a commissioner, and I can assure you that he's a person that I call on the phone when we want to talk about money issues in the USD 360. Again, this award was voted on by the faculty, and the award this year goes to Lindsay Arnold. The faculty also votes on a citizenship award for seniors, one male, one female, that display respect, responsibility, and reverence. And the two students voted on by the faculty this year are Lindsay Arnold and Devin Whaley. Several years ago, the Topeka Capital Journal started recognizing students for their outstanding performance in academic and extracurricular pursuits. This year, making the 2008 Academic All-State Team as honorable mention, Megan McCabe. As I saw on the Caldwell Messenger today when I got home, and at a banquet earlier this month, the governor recognized scholars throughout the high schools in the state of Kansas. If you would please stand, because I believe she's got her award already. The governor's scholar from Caldwell this year is Haley Brewy. Last fall, the University of Kansas recognized scholars after their junior year who were in the top 10% of their class. I believe they received an award in dictionaries, at least that's what you used to get. If you'd please stand, the KU scholars this year were Abby Bannister and Haley Brewy. On Sunday, there will be 7 students who will be wearing gold cords, graduating with honors. Through 7 semesters, they had a GPA of 3.5 or above. I have a certificate and a medal for each of you, if you'll come forward. Ashley Albright, Lindsay Arnold, Abby Bannister, Logan Blunk, Haley Brewy, Megan McCabe, and Skylar Wenzel. The Principal's Award is given to students who have a 3.5 GPA through 3/4 of their senior year, and they also score in the top 75 percentile on the ACT test. This year, we have 2 students, Haley Brewy and Megan McCabe. The Kansas Board of Regents recognizes students that complete the Board of Regents curriculum, which includes 4 units of English, 4 units of math, 3 units of science, 3 units of social studies, 2 units of foreign language, and 1 unit of computer technology. The class of 2008 had 1 student, and that student is Abby Bannister. And the final 2 awards that I have tonight are to recognize the salutatorian and the valedictorian of the class. This year's salutatorian is Haley Brewy. And the valedictorian of the class of 2008 is Abby Bannister.
Each year, the College of Engineering at Kansas State University presents an award to a senior graduating senior from a high school who has completed the most math and science classes that they can during their high school career. And this year, this award goes to Abby Bannister.
Hello, I'm representing the Caldwell High School Alumni Association. We are able to give 3 $2,000 scholarships again this year, thanks to the donations of all the people that have graduated from here that keep sending money to us so we can give these scholarships. So we had some very good applications. It was very hard to choose. So I would like to present these 3 scholarships to these people. Skylar Wenzel. Devin Whaley. And Kale Schmidt. They are now all alumni, and in 15 years they'll be sitting up here on the stage putting on a program. It's going to be a great one because they're all a smart bunch of kids. We would like to give every person in the class a gift because they are alumni, a memento to remember that they are alumni of the CHS, and so we'll hand these gifts out now.
Hi, I'm Kim Miller, and I'm pleased to represent Canoco Telephone Association this evening. In 1994, Canoco began their scholarship program in an effort to offer young people from rural areas the chance to pursue opportunities in higher education. This is the 15th year for the Canoco Telephone Scholarship Program, with 101 scholarships given out. The Independent Scholarship Program Committee consists of administrators, educators, and business people, both within the Canoco service area and outside the Canoco service area. The program offers 8 $1,000 scholarships to high school seniors whose parents are members of the cooperative. Out of the 24 applications received this year, I am proud to present 2 $1,000 scholarships this year. Each $1,000 scholarship will be given to Haley Brewery and Abby Bannister. Thank you.
Some of us older monitors at the Recycle Center appreciate having young people help us as they hop in the back of pickups, crawl into the back of the SUVs, and jump into the gailers to pack the paper, skills most of us monitors no longer possess. This year, we've chosen as recipients 3 recipients of $300 scholarships. They are Devin Whaley, Haley Brewery, and Lindsay Arnold.
Each year, the Student Council is happy to reward the person who's been the president as their senior year and the vice president their junior year and the secretary their sophomore year. This year, we are happy to give Skylar Wenzel a $250 scholarship.
The Caldwell United Methodist Church Scholarship and Awards Committee is giving 3 tuition assistant awards this year and 1 scholarship award. The 3 students receiving the tuition assistance awards of $200 each are Devin Whaley, Jeff Newlick, and Amy Thurman. The person chosen for the 3rd annual scholarship given by the United Methodist Church of $1,000 will be given to Lindsay Arnold.
The Caldwell Janes, we work very hard all throughout the year doing fundraisers and various events for just one purpose, and that is to provide scholarships to our local youth, because you guys are our future. You'll probably hear that over and over. but it's true. And this year we are presenting two $500 scholarships, and we are very proud to present our first scholarship to Devin Whaley. And our second scholarship goes to Vicki Schmidt. Congratulations, you guys.
Betty Tidwell served the Caldwell Unified School District 360 for 31 years, from 1960 to 1991, as secretary to the superintendent and bookkeeper clerk for the school hot lunch program. The many students who attended Caldwell schools during those years became in many respects a part of her extended family. Betty's support of student activities throughout the years after her retirement was a reflection of her affection and dedication to the youth of Caldwell. A scholarship in her memory appropriately symbolizes the value she placed on youth and education. The scholarship is worth $500, and this year's recipient is Skylar Winsel. The Helen Dodson Memorial Scholarship would like to recognize with a $500 scholarship Abby Bannister. Thelma L. Fisk, a lifelong resident of the Caldwell area, was born on a farm in Oklahoma south of Drury that her father, Edward Murrison, homesteaded in the opening of the Cherokee Strip. She was living on this farm with her husband, Ralph Fisk, at the time of her death in 1983. Thelma taught in Caldwell and the surrounding area for 27 years. After she was married in 1936, she quit teaching and did not resume her career until her daughter Marlene was a freshman at Caldwell High School in 1954. The 11 years prior to her retirement in 1974 was spent teaching the second grade at Caldwell Elementary. Thelma was a dedicated teacher who believed in the importance of a good education. A scholarship appropriately symbolizes the value she placed on education. This scholarship award is worth $300, and the recipient this year is Amy Thurman. The Caldwell Lions Club would like to give out two $500 awards. The first award goes to Logan Blanc. And the second $500 award, Abby Bannister. The Charles Baker Memorial would like to recognize two students with $500 awards. The first award winner, April Kaler. The second recipient, Cale Schmidt. Zeke Zukoski served the Caldwell School District for 19 years as head of maintenance. The many students and faculty who attended Caldwell schools during Zeke's years became very fond of his dedication to the school and the students of Caldwell. A scholarship in his memory appropriately symbolizes the value he placed on youth and education. The scholarship is worth $300. This year's award winner is Cale Schmidt. The F.A. Petrick Memorial annually recognizes either the valedictorian or the salutatorian with a $250 award. This year's award winner is Abby Bannister. The Caldwell Czech chapter would like to give a $100 award to Skylar Winsel. Joe and Mildred Parisi Memorial with a $1,000 award would like to recognize Devin Whaley. Sumner County Hospital Auxiliary District 1 would like to recognize with a $500 award Lindsay Arnold. And the Chad Schwartfeger Memorial would also like to recognize with a $500 award, Skylar Winsel. A couple of other notable awards that some of our seniors have already received or will very soon. April Kaler will receive the Gene Caloric Scholarship worth $200 for nursing. Skylar Winsel will receive a Books and Tuition Scholarship at Hutchinson Community College and an academic scholarship worth $500 per semester. Megan McCabe has received a music scholarship worth $1,500 from Friends University. And Haley Brewery has been awarded a presidential scholarship at Hutchinson Community College worth $1,250. Congratulations, seniors.
Remember when Ashley was wearing a t-shirt? We can't.
Kyle was obsessed with dirt bikes.
Lindsay wore short shorts. She doesn't.
Abby was the tallest girl in class.
Kale embarrassed Logan in front of Fitzy.
Haley wasn't fat, she was just really healthy.
Leah wasn't smiling, neither do we.
Margarita broke Jeff's finger.
Laura wasn't boy crazy.
April wasn't standing up for herself.
Megan didn't hum or sing every song, ever.
Jeff was small and sweet.
Mr. Sawyer wasn't telling James to pull up his pants.
Kale didn't have a six-pack.
Victoria didn't have a biting problem.
Nathan rapped to Mr. J.
Trevor paid attention in health. We don't.
Amy wasn't ditzy.
Skylar's car didn't start every time it rained.
Devin wasn't good at sports. We sure don't.
Mr. Teeter was artistic. Never happened.
Miss Custer didn't blend in with the students.
The class of 2008 excelled in activities.
Can you imagine Ashley not being mad?
Kyle not being sarcastic.
Lindsay saying excuse me after she burps?
Abby being on time.
Logan not laughing at his own jokes?
Haley admitting she was wrong.
Leah not helping someone?
Margarita with blonde hair.
Laura not being blunt?
April not being creative.
Megan with short hair?
Jeff being a midget wearing flip-flops.
James being a cowboy? Oh, Kel not giggling at Logan.
Victoria not being picky.
Nathan overweight?
Trevor being on task. Okay. Amy without freckles.
Skylar not obsessing about Indians?
Devin not being a ladies' man.
Mr. Teeter not smacking things with his yardstick?
Miss Custer without a camera.
Class of 2008 agreeing on something?
In 20 years, Ashley will be a famous public speaker.
Kyle will be president.
Lindsay will be a Dallas Cowboys cheerleader.
Abby will be Mr. Neal's protege.
Logan will be an underwear model.
Haley will still be complaining about working for her dad.
Leah will be an English teacher at Caldwell High.
Margarita will be a fashion designer in New York.
Laura will be the next Simon Cowell.
April will be the next super nanny.
Megan will be singing heavy metal.
Jeff will be a Catholic priest.
James will crawl back under the fence.
Kay will be the Dallas Cowboy cheerleader's personal trainer.
Victoria will be married to a Kansas farmer.
Trevor will be stuck on the moon.
Amy will still be quoting Austin Powers.
Skylar will live on a reservation and own a casino.
Devin will be on The Bachelor.
Mr. Teeter will be looking for Trevor on the moon.
Miss Custer will be the editor of the New York Times.
Class of 2008 will be reunited in prison.
These are senior songs.
Okay, for Ashley, we got Barbie Girl.
Kyle, Amazing Grace.
Lindsay, Ballin'.
Abby, Ready to Run.
Me, Mustang Sally.
Haley, down on the farm.
Leah, don't worry, be happy.
Margarita, big girls don't cry.
Laura, girls just want to have fun.
April, one hot mama.
Megan, singing in the rain.
Jeff, international harvester.
James, I'm so hood.
Kale, she thinks my tractor's sexy.
Victoria, my humps.
Nathan, white tea.
Trevor, Mr. Mom.
Amy, Hakuna Matata.
Skylar, baby blue.
Devin, Superman.
Mr. Teeter, let's get physical.
Mrs. Custer, Mr. Roboto.
Class of 2008.
Dream big.
Elementary highlights.
Haley, Vicky, Logan, Kale, Jeff, Amy, Trevor, Margarita, and Devin are our 12-year club.
Margarita beats up boys.
Haley and Vicky chased Devin and Brett around the classroom.
Vicky learned where to hit boys to make them leave her alone.
Amy was a major tomboy.
Power Rangers was a cool game to play.
Logan cried a lot.
Abby and Kyle came to Caldwell.
Abby wore gangster jeans.
We built a colonial plantation out of milk cartons in 3rd grade.
Vicky's dream car was a Chevy with 4 doors because it never runs out of gas.
Haley and Lauren got pulled out into the hallway for writing notes to Mrs. Holden's class.
Logan had an asthma attack in Alabaster Caverns.
Amy always went hunting.
Vicky got a discipline slip because Haley and Devin were passing notes.
Logan cracked his chin open on the gym floor and had to get stitches.
Everyone played basketball at recess in 5th grade when they didn't know time on the wall.
We had a split class in 5th grade and had a luau.
Abby's wish was to go to the mall and get everything I want.
Logan wore a Speedo to PE when he went to the pool.
April came to Caldwell.
Jacob Smock punched Jeff in the bathroom.
Jeff and Trevor were like giant twins.
Haley, Vicky, and Abby made desk trash cans out of paper and sold them for money.
We went to Starbase in 6th grade, but it got delayed because of 9/11.
Haley and Abby went to 4-H camp.
Vicky won the Dare essay and Kyle got 2nd.
Haley put Austin Minor in a headlock at the football field.
April thought lop it meant leap, hop, and jump.
Abby and Amy went to Disneyland for dance.
Okay, Lindsay moved here.
Trevor made macaroni and cheese with water instead of milk, causing Jeff to puke.
Kyle beat up Ronnie.
Trevor and Jeff beat up Ronnie.
We went through 4 different teachers in 7th grade social studies.
Everyone thought we were a bad class.
Haley broke her collarbone and had her appendix taken out.
Kyle wore Fox dirt bike clothes.
Abby and Haley both ate it on the same hurdle at Oxford.
Girls won league track in 7th and 8th grade.
Skylar came to Caldwell.
8th grade girls won league volleyball.
Boys and girls had to separate camps at track meets.
We started 8th grade in the new building.
Lindsay got clotheslined by a metal bar at Lauren's birthday party.
Logan thought Skylar's name was Mary and that she was deaf because she wouldn't answer to the name Mary.
Vicky and April pushed Haley into boys at track meets and randomly gave out her number.
Haley, Vicky, and April were inseparable.
Mr. Teeter threw James and Jeffrey into a filing cabinet. He called Vicky Cousin It.
And the girls went to state softball.
For our high school history highlights, Megan moved here.
Football boys were district champs.
Haley missed the bus to the Central Volleyball Tournament.
Vicky gave Haley 3 black eyes.
James came to Caldwell.
Sophomore year, our float won 1st place.
The band got a 1 at state.
Haley and April got pulled over on a moped after they wrecked it into a curb.
Miss Wolf got the senior spine on the freshman float. We got in trouble.
Haley had back surgery and had to wear a back brace for 3 months.
Trevor got kicked by a horse and broke his jaw.
Ashley moved here.
Vicky broke her pinky in volleyball. Then Lindsay did, and then Haley dislocated her pinky in basketball.
Devin broke his wrist trying to block a shot.
Logan hid under Miss Fitzsimmons' desk and almost gave her a heart attack.
Skylar and Kale won prom king and queen.
Lindsay threw a paper airplane at Fitzy, but she yelled at Logan for it.
Girls won the first Powder Puff football game.
Skylar became obsessed with Indians.
Volleyball girls went to sub-state for the first time since 2003, and they went 2 years in a row.
Leah Carsons and Laura Cook are senior year foreign exchange students.
Band went to Branson over spring break.
Devin was winter ball king.
Skylar got a tattoo.
Skylar, Haley, Devin, and Kel won the homecoming dance-off senior year.
Lindsay won homecoming queen.
We had a huge water fight at the park during group work days.
Jeff won state powerlifting.
Megan was the only senior cheerleader.
Abby was only runner in high school cross country.
The basketball girls ran more than any other team in the past their senior year.
Devin, Haley, Lindsay, and Skylar won the car rally with Corey as their driver.
I, Megan McCabe, will my punctuality to Renee Allen.
I, Ashley Albright, will my sweet, soft-voiced Mr. Neal.
I, Leah Carsons, will my German diction skills to Timothy Henry.
Braden Lebeda, I, Logan Blunk, will you the ability to frat snap.
I, Abby Bannister, will my ability to be on time to Sonia Lena Arnett.
I, Laura Cook, will to Katie Lebeda my clumsiness.
I, Victoria Schmidt, will my over-aggression to Leah Sparks.
I, Nathan Shelton, will my ability to Alex Davis not get in trouble.
I, April Kaler, will my ability to quietly walk through the halls to Amelia Ramsey.
I, Skylar Winslow, will my dance-off talent to Braden Lebeda.
I, Haley Brewy, will my height to Brittany York.
Okay. I, Amy Thurman, will Whitney Bolden my driving ability.
I, Lindsay Arnold, will my ability to cruise around in the Mazda and still be totally awesome to Mason Teeter.
I, Jeff Newlick, will my ability to make more than 4 tackles in a season to Dylan Keeney.
I, Margarita Guerra, will my ability to be humorous but know when to be serious to my brother Wagan.
I, Devin Whaley, will my awesome athletic talent to Mason Teeter.
I, Cale Schmidt, will my ability to take a hit and get back up to Braden Lebeda, and my all-state skills to the next quarterback.
I, Trevor Stevenson, will my ability to not get hooked on the defensive line to Dylan Keeney.
I, Kyle Allen, will my freedom and natural-born ability to effectively lie to White Gangara.
Today we'll start a new life and we'll say our last goodbyes.
To all the friends we've grown up to love, with whom we've laughed and cried.
Remembering the fun and laughter, the problems and the fears.
And watching all our memories grow throughout our high school years.
The memories of the dances and the new friends we've met.
Vacations, teachers talking, and exams we'd rather forget.
Yes, high school days are precious but brief, where all your dreams come true.
It is not the end, but the beginning of a life we will start anew.
You may be seated. Welcome to Commencement 2008. I want to thank everybody for coming.
Staring out into the night, trying to hide the pain. I'm going to the place where love and feeling good don't ever cost a thing. Don't ever cost a thing. And the pain you feel's a different kind of pain. Different kind of pain. I'm going home, back to the place where I belong, and where your love has always been enough for me. I'm not running from, no, I think you got me all wrong. I don't regret this life I chose for me. But these places and these faces are getting old, so I'm going home. I'm going home. The miles are getting longer, it seems, the closer I get to you. I've not always been the best man or friend for you, but your love remains true. And I don't know why you always seem to give me another try. Well, I'm going home, back to the place where I belong, and where your love has always been enough for me. I'm not running from, no, I think you got me all wrong. I don't regret this life I chose for me. But these places and these faces are getting old. Be careful what you wish for, 'cause you just might get it all. You just might get it all. Yeah. Get it all. You might get it all. Well, I'm going home, back to the place where I belong, and where your love has always been enough for me. I'm not running from, no, I think you got me all wrong. I don't regret this life I chose for me. But these places and these faces are getting old. I said these places and these faces are getting old, so I'm going home. I'm going home.
I just want to start by thanking everyone for coming today. This is definitely the biggest step any of us have taken so far in our lives. Some of us have been together since we were 5 years old. Things were a lot easier back then when boys and girls were afraid of each other and we took naps every day. Moving on to junior high seemed like the biggest step we would ever take, but now that I'm standing up here, I can't even remember what I was worried about back then. Finally, we've moved on to high school. We've done everything together for the past 4 years. So many memories have been made in these hallways and the classrooms. No matter how many different friends I have in the future, I can never forget the ones I made right here. These people in front of me have become my best friends, and some of them like family. We've laughed and cried together over ball games and the good and bad times. It still hasn't really sunk in that life will never be this way again. Everything that has comforted us each day is going to change. These changes may be scary, but it is the beginning of our futures. When we say our goodbyes, there will be tears, but we will also be excited about this new chapter in our lives. Our futures are empty canvases for us to fill. Throughout the years, we've grown as the people that we are. We've learned about ourselves, each other, and we've even gained a little knowledge from school. Today is the culmination of all our hard work and effort through 12 years of school. Our high school days have come to an end, but our lives are still just beginning. Each one of you has the power to determine your own future. I just want to tell you to make your own paths in life. Don't follow in someone's footsteps, but make your own decisions and mistakes. Life is all about the experiences we have, so don't hesitate to take risks and dare to achieve all that you can. I know that each one of you has something to offer the world, and you can achieve whatever you set your mind to. Next year, I will miss you all, and I will miss these hallways that we have walked through every day. You have become a part of my life, and without seeing you every day, it won't be the same. I want to thank every one of you for making my school experience memorable and unforgettable. And I want to thank all the parents and teachers that have gotten us here. No matter which roads we take next year and what choices we make, I hope none of you will ever be too far away. Thank you.
The time my class has spent in this high school building is roughly 345,600 minutes, or 5,760 hours, or 720 days. But who's really counting? I have been counting the days until graduation since this past January, and I have longed for time to fly by. As the number of days left of high school has started to dwindle, worry set in that there would not be enough time to complete the numerous assignments my teachers had assigned. Now the time is here, and everything, as it usually does, has fallen into place. I look back to when my class and I were in elementary school, and I am amazed at how much we have changed and how much we have learned. Our 8th grade year was quite successful. With Mr. Sawyer's help, our girls' track team won first place at the league track meet. It was here where we experienced a taste of victory, but with reward came responsibility. Our responsibility was to be grateful for first place, but also to realize that we had worked together as a team to earn it. Thus, we learned to accept success in life humbly, a very important lesson. Our class has had a history of being unruly and being hard to manage. We have never really relinquished our inner desires to do whatever we want. A great example of this was Mr. Teeter's 8th grade science class. It was a struggle for Mr. Teeter to keep us cool, calm, and attentive to his lecture. Another example was our 7th grade social studies teacher situation. After Miss Brewer left, 3 more teachers tried to tame us. We would love to say that these teachers just had other commitments, but the cold, hard truth was that we were hard to handle. Thankfully, we have overcome our bad habits. We have always seemed to pull together during high school homecomings. Our high school homecoming activities are a great reflection of how a young group of unruly children can mature into an organized, helpful, and hardworking class. An amazing lesson that has taken some of us so long to learn is that we will make mistakes, and many of them we will not be able to take back. We will make millions of mistakes, say many things we don't mean, forget to do things which negatively affects others, and put out less effort than we could. But who's really counting all those mistakes we have made or will make? High school has been a place where each one of us has been able to grow and learn and become better people. For this, I would like to thank the teachers, the administration, and the staff of USD 360, friends, and our family. Many of you will never know quite the impact that you've had on the graduating class of 2008. One thing I will take away from high school is that I can never get away from making mistakes. In life, we must live and learn and move on. You've been listening to the speech for about 3 minutes and 5 seconds, and I'm almost finished. But who's really counting? But really, who's counting those times when we failed to understand some of life's most important lessons? Who was really counting those times, both good and bad, we shared together? The answer is the class of 2008. The class of 2008 was counting down the days of school, the days that brought us closer to our future out on our own. We were counting all those bad times and good and all the lessons learned. As we look towards our future, we will start to count up instead of down. Today is day number 1. So I ask you, class of 2008, who do you want to be on day 3,650, 10 years from now? Prioritize your life, make a plan, and count up to your goals. I would like to finish with a few words from George Washington Carver. How far you go in life depends on your being tender with the young, compassionate with the aged, sympathetic with the striving, and tolerant of the weak and strong, because someday in your life, you will have been all of these. Thank you.
It is my pleasure to introduce the speaker today. Tad Melliker is a 1994 graduate of Caldwell High School. In my time here as a teacher, I had Tad in class as a student and had the opportunity to coach him in junior high football, high school basketball, and track. Tad had an exceptional high school career both academically and athletic. After Caldwell, he went on to attend Kansas State University and earned a bachelor's degree in biology in 1998. He then attended grad school at the University of Kansas Medical Center and graduated with a degree in physical therapy in 2001. He started working as a traveling physical therapist and worked around the country for 5 years. And after seeing most of the United States, he changed careers and began working for Backroads, which is a travel company that leads trips throughout the world. Back in the day when I was teaching, there was an educational game called Where in the World is Carmen Sandiego? It was designed to help students learn about world geography. Occasionally, when I see Tad's mother in the cafeteria, I am tempted to ask, where in the world is Tad Melliker? Not to put a lot of pressure on Tad, but I think one of Tad's classmates has a sister graduating today, and in about a year they have a 15-year reunion. So Butch, you might keep notes here and see if you can critique a little bit and see if you can help Tad here in a year. But fortunately for us today, Tad arrived back in Kansas and is here to share a message with our 2008 graduates. It is an honor to welcome Mr. Tad Melliker to deliver this year's commencement address.
Thank you, Alan. It's a pleasure to be back here. Ladies and gentlemen, distinguished faculty, administrators, friends and family, my girlfriend, whose first introduction to Caldwell, my parents, my aunt, and my uncle was today, and who's bravely sitting with them as well today as I speak, and to the graduating class of 2008, it is a pleasure to be here with you today. I find myself standing in the exact spot I stood about 14 years ago when I delivered my valedictorian speech on my graduation day. As Lauren and I drove down here, I couldn't help recall the nervousness and the sweaty palms and the trembling knees I felt that day, and not to mention about the 20 bathroom runs I had to make before I gave my speech. And I assuredly told myself as we were driving down here, that it was like, yeah, this is going to be a lot easier than back then. And I had myself fooled until I walked through those doors and it hit me. It's a new building. I wonder if that bathroom's in the same place it used to be. As I sat here listening to Abby and Haley deliver their speeches, which my advice to you is make sure Mr. Jameson doesn't find your whereabouts in the next 10 to 20 years, or you too might find yourself behind this podium again. I couldn't help but feel those nervous butterflies in my stomach. But I took comfort from the advice of a Little League baseball coach I had back in second grade, and I remember him telling our teammates, if you're not nervous, you're not ready to play. And Amy Thurman, I have your dad to thank for those consoling words. As I mentioned earlier, it's been 14 years since I graduated from Caldwell High School in May of 1994, and to be quite honest with you, my life has not turned out anything that I planned it to be when I was a senior. I did not become a doctor. I do not have a house. I'm not married, nor do I have any kids. I don't have any pets, and my mother drives my car now, and when I go to Kansas City to visit my sister, I often sleep in the bottom bunk of my 4-year-old nephew's bunk bed. I am, however, happy where I am in life. As Mr. Jameson went into what I've been up to, attended undergrad, grad school, I won't go back into those things, but I did finally change careers into the travel industry, which is two passions of mine, is traveling and working with people. I always tell guests of mine, it's like basically I did a 180 in my career. No one wants to go to physical therapy, but everyone wants to go on vacation. So I get quite differences in attitudes, but I still get to work with people, which I really enjoy. Graduation day, a day you will remember for the rest of your life. You're probably not going to remember that I spoke here today, as I don't remember who spoke at my graduation day, but you are going to remember the feelings and the emotions that you are feeling right now, and my advice to you is to cherish them. It's a once-in-a-lifetime deal. There are at least probably about 1 million life lessons I could talk about today, but to the relief of my brother-in-law, I've narrowed those down to about 4. So, starting out, number 1, and some of these go along with Abby and Haley's speech. A mistake is only a mistake unless you learn from it. Then it becomes an experience. Whether it's ripping off the hydraulic lifts from your dad's cultivator wings because you forgot to remove the safety pins after he just reminded you to do that probably 10 minutes ago, or complimenting a date on her nice broad shoulders on your first and subsequently last date with that girl. Mistakes are easy to come by. Besides being easy to come by, they also come in many shapes and forms. They come in tiny ones, little ones, big ones, small ones, I can't believe I did that one, and what was I thinking ones. And the list goes on and on and on. However, mistakes happen, but they provide us with the opportunity to learn from them, which gives us the experiences we need to develop ourselves into the individuals we each are. The important part about that last statement is that mistakes are only offer us the opportunity to learn from them. They don't guarantee you that you will. If you make a mistake and learn from it, theoretically, you should only make it once. After the hydraulic lift incident, I learned that I needed to be more focused on what would be considered today's terms, procedural safety. And although my girlfriend does have nice broad shoulders, as of this moment, I have not yet verbalized that to her. However, if you continually keep making the same mistakes over and over again, you're doing yourself no good, and often you are also causing others hardship and pain as well too. That leads me into lesson number 2. Be responsible for yourself. Besides receiving your diplomas today, you will be receiving your induction as an adult. From this day forth, you are responsible for yourself. All your actions, all your words, ultimately will come back to you. Being responsible for yourself is no easy task, and you are bound to make mistakes during your lifetime. But, as we talked about before, the important about making a mistake is learning from them, correcting them, and then moving on. When you're responsible for your actions, you become your own person, someone that people can trust and respect. Your family, your teachers, your friends, they have all influenced you and all will continue to influence you as you go about your life, but you ultimately decide who you want to become and who you are. Being responsible for yourself is a concept that is both daunting and empowering at the same time. Lesson number 3. That said, do not be afraid to ask for self. It took me about 30 years to finally realize it's okay to not have all the answers. Being your own person is important, but you do not have to stand alone. You're not expected to know all the answers, and you never will. Your mother and father do not all know all the answers, nor do your brothers or sisters, and they never will either. When you are going to come across difficult decisions and choices in your lifetime. And it is during these times it's very important that you do seek the advice of those around you. You're often going to come across times in your life in which your decision ability is going to be cloudy, be it in times of sorrow, heartache, and anger, and even in excitement. It is those times that it's very important to not rely on yourself completely, but seek the advice of those that you trust. Fortunately, I have wonderful parents and wonderful sister, a decent brother-in-law, and an amazing girlfriend who have been a great influence on me and continue to help me, and I continue to seek their advice to this day. Besides your family, you also can turn to your community and your friends. And coming from Caldwell, you should be proud of where you're from. Definitely use those people as a resource. All right, you guys, the last lesson in life, the most important one, enjoy life. I think in all the experiences I've had in my life and all my travels where I've been, one of the most important things is enjoy life. You've got one chance at this. Most of the happiest people I've met do not own more than the smile on their face. And I remember always thinking, how can that be? Well, it's because they choose to. And that's one of those important things to remember. You determine your own happiness. An example from my own life is when I was in my farming days, we had this Case tractor, and I had to drive this thing around and around, as many of you may have in your life. And this Case tractor had absolutely no perks on it. There was no radio, there was no air conditioning, but there was a fan. And anyway, you know how August comes and it gets really hot. Well, I had been going around and around in circles for hours and hours. And I remember I thought I had it. So when my dad showed up, he was there to fill up the tractor in my water jug, and he gets there, and I climb off the tractor, and I remember making this big scene about, oh, I'm so miserable. I can't believe this. Why are you doing this? I'm so bored. And most of you know my father. He's not one to show his emotions too much, and simply said, listen, you've got two choices. You can either be miserable all day, or you can learn to enjoy this. And I decided, I guess he is right. I am going to do this. And from that point on, I just said, all right, it's got to be done. I've convinced my dad to get a radio, and for the next 5 or 6 years, I probably learned every song that was ever on the radio, and to the expense of my friends and a lot of other people, come karaoke night, it's a long night for them. I don't miss the stage. To finish up with you guys, there's a great saying that says, life is 10% of what happens to you and 90% of how you react to it. Life is wonderful if you want it to be. I would like to share today with you a poem that my sister gave me back when I was graduating, and that I would like to share with you, and I also have a copy for you guys to take as well too. She had it on her bulletin board, she passed it on to me, and I put it in my bulletin board, so wherever you may be, find it college, be it wherever you go, and I'd like to share that with you today. The poem is called Don't Quit, and it is by an unknown author. When things go wrong, as they sometimes will, when the road you're trudging seems all uphill, when the funds are low and the debts are high, and you want to smile, but you have to sigh, when care is pressing you down a bit, rest if you must, but don't you quit. Life is strange with its twists and turns, as every one of us sometimes learns, and many a failure turns about when he might have won had he stuck it out. Don't give up, though the pace seems slow, you may succeed with another blow. Success is failure turned inside out, the silver tint of the clouds of doubt, and you never can tell just how close you are. It may be near when it seems so far. So stick to the fight when your heart is tipped. It's when things seem worse that you must not quit. Graduating class of 2008, I wish you the best, wish you all the success, and to my hometown, Caldwell, thank you very much.
Thank you, Tad, for that great message. Dr. Blanc, Board of Education members, faculty, staff, patrons, parents, friends, and guests, it is my privilege to certify that these students have completed the requirements for graduation from Caldwell High School. Class, would you please stand and proceed for presentation of the diplomas? Ashley Marie Albright. Kyle James Allen. Lindsay Ruth Arnold. Abby Lene Bannister. Logan Daniel Blanc. Haley Nicole Brewy. Leah Karstens. Margarita Lynn Guerra. Laura Vandal Cook. April Lily Kaler. Megan Kathleen McCabe. Jeffrey Ross Newlick. James Albert Provencio. Cale Marcus Schmidt. Victoria Lee Schmidt. Nathan Dwayne Shelton. Trevor Allen Stevenson. Amy Deanne Thurman. Skylar Marie Wenzel. Devin Jeffrey Whaley. Seniors, please stand and change your tassel to the right. Turn and face the audience. Ladies and gentlemen, it is my honor to present to you the Caldwell High School graduates of the class of 2008.
Congratulations, young lady. Good luck to you. Congratulations, young lady. Good luck.
Thank you.
Congratulations.
I got proof.
Thank you.
Good luck to you. Young lady. Congratulations. Good luck to you.
All right. Hey.
Congratulations.
Hey, thank you.
You made it.
Yeah, I know. Med school, here I come.
There we go. Good for you. Congratulations. Good luck to you. Oh, and you're a lady with the flowers.
Yeah.
That's all right. Congratulations
Thank
to
you.
you. Good luck to you.
Thank you.
Likewise, huh? Congratulations.
Thank you so much.
Good luck.
Thank you.
Congratulations. That's okay. You can use the other hand. We can do it like this. Congratulations. Good luck to you.
Thank you.
Congratulations,
Thanks.
guys. Good luck to you.
Thank you.
Hey, big boy.
Thank you.
I need to get a stool to get up on you. Congratulations.
Thanks.
Congratulations to you. Good luck to you.
Thanks.
Oh, man.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Good luck
Murray.
to you.
Am I already on TV or what?
Yes.
Successful already?
Yes. Congratulations. Good luck to you.
Yes, I did it on the horse.
Congratulations
Oh,
to you.
thank you.
Good luck to you. Congratulations
Thank
to
you.
Good luck to you.
Thanks.
Whoops.
You're about to get my little girl. Mom.
All right. We'll let you do that.
All right.
Congratulations
Thanks.
to you, young lady.
Thank
Good
you.
luck to you.
Okay.
I know.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Good luck to you. Hope to see you back here in how many years?
Whenever I get out of school. Yeah.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Good luck to you.
Thanks.
Hey, you've been forever.